Hey guys, it's me, Bella.
30.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? I said that I would come on tonight and answer some questions that people ask a lot of questions in my inbox, and I wanted to answer maybe one at a time. I can't answer all of them, but I can answer a few or or one at a time. So the question I have for tonight is
But we can do it through walls.
well, first of all, how y'all doing today?
So like you can go through this concrete right here.
I don't see anybody here. Um, but I'm gonna still go ahead and talk about the question I have. The question that I was asked in my inbox was, do I think being trans is a
I
phase?
don't think you want to.
Yeah, I did. Stop it.
All right then. What's the question?
Do I think being trans is a phase? And if I think Nico will change in 10 years? So that right there is a loaded question. Um, because I personally don't think being trans is a phase. Just coming from my point of view and my perspective and my kid Nico, um, you would have to have lived uh, with Nico and understand Nico to realize that it's not a phase. I know a lot of people, they say it's a choice that they made
Watch what's the name do it.
to
Probably have to
to
do
be
it.
trans or gay or any part of the LGBTQ plus community. But I could only speak from my perspective and what I saw and what I understood. Um, Growing up, Nico has always been considered what they call a tomboy. Back then, we didn't really know what trans was. Well, I didn't really know what trans was, but I was always interested in, like, I'm not one that I don't watch. I mean, I'm not one to not educate myself. I watch documentaries and I read um, different things, not just focusing on LGBTQ plus community. I like to know everything. Um, so being that I'm so uh, open to learning different things, I watch different documentaries and um, I kind of understand certain things. Um, I don't think it's a phase for Nico. I don't know. I can't really speak on anybody else. I could only speak for what I know, what I've observed, what I've seen, what I've experienced in my life. Um, it's not a phase. And people that choose to be, to me, people that choose to be any part of the LGBTQ plus community, um, and I say choose because to me it's not even a choice. It wasn't a choice for Nico. That's just who Nico was. Nico couldn't just
Yeah, that's what happened.
say, okay, I'm in a girl's body. I'm gonna be a girl. And Nico didn't choose to go through all these changes. Like, who would choose that for themselves to put themselves through so much anguish and um, changes with your body? It's not a choice. And yeah, there's probably people out there that think it's a fad or it's fun to be uh, gay or bi or lesbian or whatever because it's so-called popular um, to. have a different pronoun, to be called something different. In my case, I know that that's not Nyko. Nyko has always been Nyko from day one, even though I tried in different ways to switch up. So I don't think being trans for Nyko is a phase. Um, this kid has lived the life of a guy forever. Um, so I can't say it's a phase. And the person asked also if I think Nyko will change their mind, um, say in 10 years. Highly unlikely. Um, and if Nyko does, that's Nyko's choice. Um, so that's cool for me either way. Because at the end of the day, I don't look at Nyko as a trans person. I just look at Nyko as Nyko. I don't see, oh, this is a trans man, or this is my daughter, son, or I just see my kid. I don't see the label. Like, imagine if my kid looked at me and say, "Oh, I see a heterosexual mom." That's not what happens. Kids don't look at their parents and say or judge us based on who we're with. So I don't look at my kid that way um as their gender or sexual preference. That's just my kid. And if my kid chooses to revert back to whatever they were born, that's not my it's not my place to say, well, I agree, I disagree. That's my kid's life. I'm gonna always support my kid. If my kid wanted to be a pumpkin in a pumpkin patch, I'll be right there making sure that that's the best pumpkin ever. um but it's not my place to change anybody's mind. I always felt like I was put on this earth to guide and protect my kid, um, and nothing else. That's it. Just to guide and protect. And that's what I'm going to do. If choices come up, they make changes, because I could even remember when I was growing up and my mom told me certain things to not do. And almost everything my mom said, hey, Rico, I'm all right. I guess it's two puffballs, man. It's one of them rough days. Um, yeah, everything that my mom said when I was growing up as a teenager, I didn't listen. She said no, I said yes. Hey, Ileana, how are you? How's your dog doing? Hopefully better. Um, I was saying that I was very disobedient as a kid, especially when it came to boys. I didn't listen to anything my mom said. So if Nyko's what, 24 now, and Nyko chooses to revert, that's good, Eliana. I'm cool with whatever. I'm gonna always support my kid. Um, Someone else asked, do I have any regrets in how I raised Nyko? Um, yeah, I have some. I have some regrets in how I raised Nyko. I wouldn't even say it's regret. Um, it's just based on what I know now. There's certain things I wish I didn't do. Um, like trying to change who Nyko was. It just so happened that Nyko, as much as I tried to change, I always taught Nyko to be strong and to have self acceptance and all of this. But with all of that, I still tried to deter or try to guide Nyko down the feminine path, which didn't work. So I could say that would probably be the one thing that I regret. Just knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have tried so hard because that was a waste of my energy, my time. I could have just let that kid be, just be yourself. And at that point coming up, I was raised Christian. We went to church. They always said it was, supposed to be one thing. And that's what I grew up knowing. Um, Rico, you too old for me to adopt, Rico. I regret it. Yeah. But yeah, I was raised one way and I tried to, you know, teach Nico the same things that I was taught. But as I got older, I realized like, hey, that don't make sense. Y'all say never too old to adopt. You're right. And having one kid, it's it's been easy, but it's also been hard. Um, so yeah, I don't mind adopting. I really don't. Um, but that would be the only regret I have is, trying to change what I couldn't change or just teaching my kid what I knew or what I thought was right and it really wasn't. So that would be the one regret I and I say regret, not really. I don't want to say it's regret because it taught me a lot. And in my heart, being that I did what I did, like trying to show Nico the trying to show Nico the feminine way, um I feel like I did all I could because people always say, well, maybe it's something you did wrong or whatever, but I know in my heart what I was dealing with, and nobody could tell me. I always say, if you haven't walked a day in my shoes, you can't tell me nothing about Nico being gay, trans, bi, whatever. You can't tell me nothing because you did not walk in my shoes and see what I went through. So I use that word regret real loose because I don't know if I would change it, and that's what regret means. That if you had to do it over, would you do it differently? I don't know. Possibly. Just because sometimes I hear Nico said like I was kind of mean um, by saying a certain, oh, I won't be your mom if you don't tell me such and like I didn't know that came off as mean to Nico, and I wouldn't do anything to hurt Nico's feelings. But definitely as a parent, I would support Nico in every single decision except breaking the law. Yeah, I don't do that. Come on home, Rico. Come on home, man. What is that sound? I'm sorry, y'all.
What does it say on your screen?
It says nothing. I'm sorry. That's Nico telling me about myself. I'm just hearing this noise, but I don't know what the noise is.
It's being shared, or someone has liked the stream, or
Nothing is coming up. You hearing it? But I don't see something.
it's okay.
Yeah. I'm still not tech savvy. Um, but I wanted to come on tonight and just talk about them questions. You know, a lot of people I think this is a oh. Oh, Lori, thank you. I didn't know that. I appreciate I appreciate the like. Oh, so that's cool. That's a cool noise. Yeah. A lot of people question if being trans is a trend. Like if you notice,
I don't have an answer.
everybody is on whether it be TikTok or Facebook or Twitter, and it's becoming more and more accepting. So sometimes Sometimes people, come on, Ileana, I told you we in Georgia. Everybody's moving to Georgia. Yeah, people feel like being trans is it's popular now because it's becoming more accepted, uh and they want to be a part of it. Like I could say I know of some people like that. Come on, Ileana. Oh, that's not it when you hit like? I don't know. Nico will figure it
Yeah,
out later.
I'm sharing. That's what's going on. It's when you hit a like, when you share, when you do anything.
Oh,
But the thing is, you probably press something that's not.
I
That's
did
why
not.
it's not going up. It was just working 2 seconds ago. I tested everything.
I didn't press anything though. My hands have been here.
Got it.
That kid, yo.
Whatever you say, man.
But I didn't even do nothing. So it's not the likes. I don't know what it is,
It
but
is the likes and the shares.
oh,
You just
okay.
can't see it.
Oh,
I just said this.
y'all see what I deal with? I have to deal with this for a whole month. Imagine dealing with Nico not being well. If I can move to Ireland, I can move down south, most definitely. I would love to go to Ireland one of these days. Yeah, Nico just be yelling at me for no reason and knowing that I don't even know how to deal with this computer. But it's whatever. I'm gonna remember this because somebody have bad penmanship. They gonna want me write something for them at some point. Just throwing me off my topic. But yeah, I was saying that um people feel being trans is a trend because it's being accepted, and it's really not, because even when I post on my page on BellahVision, I get so much hate, whether it be on the page or in the inbox. Like I literally be blocking and deleting people half the time, um because of their hatred towards anybody in the LGBTQ plus community. And for me, if you, I was taught this, if you don't have anything positive to say or to add to a topic, just don't say nothing. Like don't, you don't have to comment. You could just keep scrolling or keep moving. You don't have to say nothing. And that bothers me when I see people comment. It doesn't really bother Nico as much as it does me, especially if it's like people from where I'm from, like the Virgin Islands. That gets to me because the Virgin Islands, it's a small place, and we know what's up. Um, I just feel sad when I see them make the comments, and those comments I don't delete because I want to remember so that I, when I do go home, I don't run into these people and have to fake with them because the island's that small. You gonna know somebody, grandma, auntie, cousin, something, whatever. It's just sad that they don't support, and even if they don't support, um, just stay quiet. We don't need your support. Yeah, that's what my mom always used to tell me. If you don't have nothing good to say, zip it. And I take that advice. I it's the truth. Sometimes I'll see something and I'll be like, hmm, just hold my tongue. Because I know if I say something, it's not going to be nice. So I just don't say anything. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, you could always jump in my inbox. And I think there, with the amount of questions that I have, I've been looking through a lot of them. I'll try to answer or at least talk about it, discuss it, from a parent's point of view. Um, and sometimes I'll have Nico ad libbing. Um, I know if Nico could get on, Nico would say that, being trans is not a phase. Um, and then at first, like when Nico first came out, we all thought it was gay, uh, because we didn't know what trans was. I myself wasn't as educated on the whole topic. Um, but now I kind of know a little more. So I could talk about what the L means, what the B means, what the T means. I could talk about that now, but before I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it, and it just what it was. I know Nyko didn't like boys, so there's that. Um, but now it's kind of different. So aside from that, I still have that surgery coming up with Nyko on the 22nd. I'm still nervous about it. Um, I try not to be because it'll shoot my anxiety levels way up. Um, other than the surgery, I try not to worry about anything else. Right now, that's like my main worry is that surgery. I still am doing like some research on what phalloplasty is too. Um, because even though Nyko has explained it and the doctor explained it, I still, it's not as clear to me. And it probably won't be until like I'm smack dab in the middle of it, trying to figure out what is going on. Um, and then I think like, is it okay for your parents to be there? Like if Nyko didn't have me, like who would be there? Because that's a real private type of surgery, you know? I always wonder, like when other people go to do it, like who do they take with them? Do they take a best friend or I don't know, that's a weird question, but I think about things like that because not all people or all kids are close to their parents like me and Nyko, you know. I don't know if I want to even have to deal with that part because the last doctor, not the last, well, the last doctor's appointment I took Nyko to, that was back in St. Croix. And I can't remember how old Nyko was. And they used to do this test. Oh, you're doing it alone, Ileana? Most likely my parents don't want to deal with me. They probably do, but they they probably just don't know how to go about it, you know. Like even with me, like I feel like I'm just being thrown in. But I was talking about the last appointment I took this kid, Nyko, to in St. Croix. The doctor gave me this little jar, like a plastic jar, and they'll come around, Ileana. Just give them time. Give them some time. They gonna come around. Cause regardless, they love you. You know. I was talking about the little jar they give you. I don't know if they do that hair anymore with like little kids. Um, so I had taken Nyko to an appointment, and Nyko had to urinate into the little cup with the cover. You know, sometimes when you go and you have to test your urine or whatever. So we did that appointment, and Nyko was younger, so I had to hold a cup in the toilet so Nyko could urinate in the cup. And Nyko urinated all over my hand, y'all. All over my hand, and then laughed about it. Hold up. Next appointment now. The doctor gonna come with the little cup talking about no, you have to Nyko has to number two in the cup. I said, oh hell no. You're not gonna do this to me. The first time you urinated all over my arm and my hand and you laughed about it. And then now this doctor talking about you gotta put stool in this little cup. I ain't never went back to that doctor. I said, we're going to have to find another way to test whatever you need to test. But that kid is not going to get stool on me. So I'm thinking now, like, this surgery is coming up, and like, what am I in for? Am I gonna have to change diapers again? I just don't know. It's all the unknown is what scares me. Um, I try to look on YouTube to see other people that have been through it,
And not go find it.
but nobody really talks about like the nitty gritty, the stuff I want to know. Like, yeah, okay, I know it's a surgery, but yeah, I need to know. Okay, so you have to wear Pampers for 3 days. Like, what am I getting into? So all of these things are like real fears that I know other moms and other dads, other people have. Um, and they don't have anybody to really ask or to see, hey, okay, you know what, this is what happened for bottom surgery, or this is what happened for top surgery. And like I say, this is why I'm doing this, because I know for a fact there's other parents that's coming with kids that are younger, and maybe in 5 years they could look back and they could say, okay, this is what this mother did, or oh, I see how, okay, they had to buy depends and the mom had to change the kids depends, or like, these are all things that I'm asking myself. I've thought about reaching out to some of the people that I've seen on YouTube or whatever they did the surgery, but people sometimes are so private, they don't want to share their experience. And a lot of trans, female to male, trans people, they don't really want to say that they used to be female, you know? Just like male to female, you don't, that's not something you want to go about. Hey, my name is Beverly, I used to be a girl, or I used to be a boy, or whatever. You don't want to do that. So I guess that's why they don't really share the process.
But what they
You
do
know,
in
thank goodness that Nyko is open. And that's something that people always ask me, did you clear with Nyko, sharing these things? If y'all only knew, Nyko is the one that kind of gets me going and be like, Ma, you gotta share, you gotta talk, you gotta say this, you gotta. Nyko is the one that I would never, open, and that I would never open Nyko's life up, because I know how evil people could be. Um, so if you see anything on BellahVision or wherever, Nyko always approves of whatever it is. I don't just put Nyko out there. Um, because even before we started BellahVision, I was like, do you want to do this? Because I know how I can get
nah,
offended really
I'll be
quick when it comes to Nyko. I know
there.
how
Right now, I can't.
I
It's too slow.
I know how I am, and I'm really overprotective. So I don't want to bring harm to my kid. And it's crazy because people get on Facebook and they say all the negative things, and Nyko takes it well, way better than me. I go at them in their inbox and then I delete and block them. I'm like the worst. Um, but yeah, I just said let me come on here and chat some stuff up about being a phase, not being a phase. I don't know what else is happening out there. What else you guys going through? Rico, what's going on with you? Or Lori or Ileana, what's going on with y'all? I mean, I know what's going on with Ileana. You told me about your dog.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Um,
what you doing, Nyko? You in this?
huh?
Oh, what you doing? I just said let me come on
Oh,
live for a
never mind.
few minutes. Who you talking to, Rico?
I didn't even know
So what? It's Tuesday. What y'all doing? Y'all ain't doing nothing.
that.
You will, Ileana. You will. I know, like it seems like such a huge step, but you will. You will. I think even in that the state you're in, like there's some good doctors out there. I get what you're saying too, Lori. Trying to learn all I can from open, honest people for my I feel you, man. I always say I wish like they gave us a handbook. They don't even give you a handbook as a parent
I
of
thought it was like
of a so-called normal child.
double the hair.
Uh
You can have
they just give you a whole kid and say go. Go figure it out, you know? And then you have a kid that is
this car and rampant.
part of the LGBTQ plus community, and
So then I
then you have
can't
a
move
whole
like
other set of things you have to learn, you have to understand, you have to transition, so it's a lot.
I
Thank you so much.
will have
Yeah, places near the city is cool. And Lori, I do appreciate you too. Trust me. Um, I'm sharing, but I'm also learning. Um, because I honestly have never been through anything like this before. Today I actually broke down a little bit. I was just talking about what what I deal with. And a lot of people don't see the flip side, because there is a
to
flip
around that
side,
shit.
you know, when you take out your female organs and not organs, your reproductive organs, I should say, and you're on testosterone, that's like a whole change your body goes through.
They got a double tap. So
And then,
double tap.
I feel sometimes like I get the brunt of it. Um, but don't tell Nico I said that. But I do feel that way
Okay.
sometimes. I don't have an opportunity where I could just
Sound
uh,
like
sit down and cry. And it's not for any particular reason. It's just that sometimes you just need a good cry. Like you just need to kind of get it out. And then you'll be okay. So I had a moment like that today. Um, but I'm fine. It's just sometimes when things get a little overwhelming and then you see. I appreciate that, Lori. I really do. Trust me. That means a lot to me. Um, it's not that I can't handle it, but I can't cry to Nico. I can't, and I don't want Nico to hear this and feel like it's too much for me because it's not. Nothing when it comes to Nico, nothing is too much. But sometimes you just need that good cry, that good. Ooh, let me let it out. Um, and that's how I was feeling today. A little earlier today, I was explaining some stuff about, Nico, and I was like, damn, you never really sat down and, yeah,
barometer, I guess.
but I'm good. It's just that there's so many sides, and sometimes when I
You should try
see
through the building.
when I see what Nico goes through, um,
I watched a clip of him going through the building.
I and I can't
I
help.
hate that
It
shit.
kind of bothers me. I just know it's things that she has to wrong pronoun. Things that Nico has to go through that I just have to let be, and it'll be all right. The peeps up north, there are docs in NYC who do
So
the
like try from
surgery
out here,
establishment. Yes,
or no, go inside and
I
then go
actually
through.
know of one person that moved there and
Yeah,
had a
start in here and then
whole
try and go through that wall.
male to female transition done. Um,
Really?
I think how they did it, they
Try to go
moved.
through that.
They were in a homeless shelter. They got placement, and they did everything that through that route. Not saying that that's the route to go, but I know of someone who actually, did that um, up north in New York City, actually. So yeah, yeah, it's pretty rough on us as parents. So um, we go through our little stuff. We'll be all right. Mhm. It's gonna be all right at the end of the day. Um, People just don't understand. A lot of people don't understand, and you can't you can't force a person to understand. I be letting it out. I do. Um, a lot of people, they try, you can explain, and you can explain, and you can say this is what it is, trans, this is what it is, but they won't get it because they're not going through it. They can say, okay, I understand, I feel what you're going through, but that's just words, and they probably don't understand and don't get it, but out of being nice. It's kind of like when people ask you, and I always catch people with that. They say, "Hi, how are you?" And you literally say, "I'm not fine. I'm not having a good day." And they keep it moving. Did you hear what I said? You asked me, "Hi, how are you?" And I told you, "I'm not okay." But it's become such a habit of people just, they'll ask a question, "Hey, how you doing?" And they expect you to say, "Oh, I'm great. Everything's fine. How are you?" They sometimes don't even realize, like you just said, "Nah, I'm not okay." They just kept it moving. That has happened to me a couple of times because people don't expect you to say, "I'm having a bad day," or, you know, "I'm not okay." Uh, they just expect that, "Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?" Or they never expect you to really say, "If I really told you how I felt, it would be a whole conversation." Yeah. I try not to hide it though. Like I tell you, when I want to ramble and rant, that's my way of letting things out. When I was younger, I used to write a lot. Writing helped me. Um, like if I'm upset at a situation, and that's something I try to share with Nico also. I I actually still have this diary that I had from before Nico was born, and then I changed from the diary to a baby book after Nico was born, and I would write all. This is not good though. I would write all my feelings in this diary and this baby book, and I have these books to today. Granted, a lot of it is anger towards Nico's dad, and it's so weird because as Nico got older, Nico's like, "Who are you talking about in these things?" And that kills me because I really had some emotion, man, when I was a teenager, and like Nico's dad and I would go through, we'd have an argument or something, and I'd go in my little diary and I'd write. And then I remember in my little diary, it had something about my grandma, and Nico's like, "What is this about, Ma?" Nah, just saying that people expect y'all to be happy so they can move on. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Move on with their lives. But you say, "Hold up, I'm not feeling good," then that means they gotta listen. So you're really not even caring about how I feel. But let me tell you, that little diary I have that is filled with stuff that happened in my family way back, uh, kind of weird. So just be careful what y'all write when you're young, because it'll come back and bite you, and you're gonna have to answer these questions. Um, I used to write down in Nico's baby book. My best friend had bought me a baby book, and I would write down if Nico's dad made me angry. And Nyko read it. I don't even think Nico's dad has ever seen that book or even read that book. He might be asking about that, but it's whatever. That was 30 years ago, 20 something years ago. I don't know. Writing is a good way. I used to use it as a way of expressing myself when I'm angry or whatever. But I don't like it now because that's like leaving a paper trail and that's never good. Um so I don't really write, but I talk. I will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. I'm good at talking. Yeah. I could say that. I'm good at talk. I'm a talker. And Nico will vouch for that. I never growing up in the islands, you always got whooped with whatever was nearby. Shoe, mic, a book, whatever was nearby, we caught it, man. But I didn't raise Nico that way. I always spoke to Nico. So it was like anything Nico did, I talked. I was not the disciplinarian where I would come with a belt or, I mean, people call it abuse. I see it as not abuse really, but I didn't like whooping because it was hard for me to gauge like this is a kid, you can't whoop a kid. So it's for me it would be I would be fighting a kid. And that's not good. So I never whoop. Nico I never gave Nico any whoopings, but with my tongue, yeah. I've given Nico some tongue lashings that could probably be worse than an actual whooping. Um yeah. I was just thinking, writing is no good. I think maybe on one of my next lives, I'm gonna show you all the book, the diary and the baby book, because that is hilarious. The stuff that's in there, funny. And when I read it, like I feel every single emotion that I felt when I wrote it. I feel it. I'm like, wow, that's kind of nuts that, young teen love, you be feeling it all and you write it down. You're like, what? You did what? I put my little grandma business in that book. Yeah, it was just a lot back then. But it kind of feels good to, get stuff off your chest and just talk to you guys. I enjoy talking to y'all. I enjoy talking, period. Um,
We know.
so when Ileana said, like, yeah, maybe you should go live every day, I don't mind doing it because I love talking. Like every night, me and Nico will sit down, whether Nico will come in my room and we'll like have our little talk or whatever. But like since transitioning, it's different. Like before, Nico would literally come and sit in my bathroom with me, or if I was in the shower or on the toilet, or Nico would just come and sit on the tub and we would talk. Now it's like pulling teeth. This kid don't even want to like come in the room. I'd be like, come in the room and let's talk. Not anymore. It's like changes. Like I'll be in my room, I'll text come. Nico will be in his room talking about you come. And we're like, okay, well, I guess nobody ain't coming nowhere. I'm like, you good? Yeah, we good. So it's changed so much. And I know it has a lot to do with the testosterone and the not having ovaries and whatever. I never saw Nico's puberty at 15, but I see it now. I see the crazy changes and like the stuff that my mom dealt with. Nico's not as bad as me or as I was, but I see the changes now. And I just have to accept it because number one, Nico's not a minor anymore. So I don't have a choice but to accept whatever Nico decides. But it kills me like when Nico says no. I'm like, you never tell me no. I'm your mom. And all of a sudden you're telling me no? Like, who is this person? Telling me no? This kid has never said no to me. Go to the car and get this for me. No, that'll be a negative. I'm like, wow, how things have changed. So moms out there, dads out there, it's gonna be a change. I don't know if like if you start giving your kids testosterone at a younger age, if it makes a difference because maybe they hit that puberty before. Well, as as their body is changing, it changes into what they want to be if they're on like HRT. So I don't know, but I know that I see a change. Oh, Nico? Nico be telling me no. I don't know what the chivalry is, but Nico be telling me no. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna remember this. It's just different. And it's hard to explain the difference, but I see it. That's right. I'm gonna use that. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. Men doing things for ladies. That is awesome. I'm gonna be like, that's training. I'm helping you. Lori, we on the same page. I like that. Even before the transition though, by who? Who wait, are you? No, I know I ain't used you, so this ain't for me. But I get what you're saying, Nico. Why are you texting so fast and you're right next to me? If you got something to say, come on, man. I was just thinking, even before you're talking Nico is talking about me. I'm very random, I have to say. Listen, y'all. If I tell you Nico is in the other room, I can hear. Yeah. But that's good training for your future wife. If you because before testosterone, Nico always pumped the gas in the car. Nico would deal with my tires and all stuff like that. So nah, you're not disobedient, but you be telling me no. You're so mean. Oh my gosh. Nico, it'd be cold. That's all shit. That's right, Lori. Lori got my back. I appreciate you, Lori. We gotta stick together, man. And Nico a good kid, man. I can't complain, but lately, like Nico been having opinions and stuff. Um, so I know a lot of moms probably go through the same, moms and dads, they probably go through the same thing because I was always accustomed to a how they say it, docile, calm, yes, mom. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get that. You should have your opinion, but not against your mama. I should be special. Just like you are special to me, you should, yeah, you should not say no to me. That's the one thing I hate. When Nico tells me no, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to give him the testosterone shot next week. I always say that. I always say, no, you on your own because you always say yes to me. But it's a part of growing, I guess, you know. And I'm learning to deal with the difference in Nico. Really? Really, Liz? It's 51 minutes later? Really? That's all I'm gonna say. Because I know I called you beforehand, but that's okay. And I don't even see Kiana. Hmm. I guess Livy and Wandan was fun. We could have made our own Livy and Wandan, but you chose not to come. Talking about you present now. You're going through it before tea? Oh, wow. That's different. Imagine when imagine when you get on tea, Eliana. It's gonna be a whole lot of yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I don't know how you gonna forget. Like, what did Rico say? I need you to call me the day of Nico's surgery and text me. Definitely will. I That's why I'm trying to get a little more into the tech thingies. I'm a horrible cameraman. So I'm trying to get into it where I'll be at least within the next 20 days I could figure something out so that I could record, go live and whatnot. No. Ileana, you funny. But it's true, man. The tea and then lack of your ovaries that produce certain things that be having you spent like your tongue becomes fire, your patience gets thin, you have a chip on your shoulder because you be hot, you be cold. It's like a whole new you, because mentally, Ileana, your mind is already going through changes. And I always feel like this is something that's in your mind. Uh, yeah, but that late puberty, let me tell you, Nico was always like a big kid. Always until Nico started T. Nico's always been like this big, happy go lucky kid. Never like attraction to men, or I don't know if there was attraction to women, but I never paid attention to that. Nico would have to tell you that. But I could feel what you're going through, Ileana. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, you happy, but your patience is thin. very thin, very thin. Road rage is not fun, especially not in Atlanta. Everybody got a gun. So that I always try to curb. You gotta watch that. You be going, you not on T, Liz. What? You be going through it. Whew. How are you having road rage in the house? First of all, I am not a doctor. I am just speaking from my perspective, my point of view from having a trans kid. Liz, I can't help you. Ileana, no road rage. Liz, I cannot help you. Maybe it could be your body, you getting a beard too? Your body producing too much testosterone. You might want to get on some estrogen therapy. That might help. I had a beard too. You know that one
They
hair?
still do?
That one hair you be pulling out, Liz? You see? It's right there.
She's talking about I had a beard. Mitchell downstairs.
So if you can't help me, what ras I here for? I told you what you here for. Follow the procedures, buddy. Follow the procedures. You missed the whole conversation. I was talking about if I think somebody asked me if I think being trans was a phase and if I feel like Nico gonna change. You missed the whole conversation. A whole 51 minutes later. Ja. Workers around nothing but females. Wow.
Behind me, there's a cabbie. She baited me. In
Wow.
zero.
I'm sorry.
Mitchell baited me.
Workers around nothing but females while transitioning. I could tolerate it
Yeah.
at first, but once I got on T, they were annoying ASF fast and I quit. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Yeah. Uh you bared it, I bared it. Maybe it run in the family, girl. Because baby, I have one here that no matter how I put watch, look at that. No matter how I put and I have the nerve to turn gray. No matter how I pull it, it's still there. And I remember you once pulling it. It's too late for change. Like to change back to uh female. That's not gonna happen. Well, we know that. But you can if you want to.
Cabbie?
Who I don't even have no more
She went around.
estrogen.
Nope, she's back this way.
That's why my
She's right.
knees messed
Going
up.
the way to your left.
Okay. Nope, you can always change. If you take too much estrogen, it
Yeah.
will turn
Right here.
into T. Oh, yeah, that's what
Across
Nico
the
told
hall,
me.
across the way behind the desk,
Uh,
directly in front of you.
she
No.
stayed taking too much. That's not true. I keep a pliers in my
He's
cart.
across the way.
For what, the hair?
He's gonna be directly in front of you. To your left.
Ileana said, how come I'm
Like the
looking
window,
like
the balcony. To your
a
left.
man and acting like a 17-year-old guy with no tea? I don't get it. I don't know, man.
I'll be bad.
It's just your body just changing. And it's weird because you haven't started tea yet. I only have one hair though. I don't think I need a pliers for that one, but see? See, I'm pulling it and it's there, y'all. I would never show this on. Y'all can't tell nobody about this hair under my chin. I got a beard going on. We all got beards going on, man. I just got one though. It's just a one, and it always comes back. That's crazy. A pliers would not pull out that hair, man. You're nuts. Totally nuts. I enjoy chatting with y'all though. I don't know where Kiana at. I have one chin hair. Weird. Have you ever pulled it out, Lori? Because the more every time I pull it out, it just comes back. And then if I leave it, it'll grow long and then it'll curl. So I don't even try now. I just, oh, you say your pliers will? Sitting in the dark with dip? Oh, okay. That's crazy. I got 25 hairs on my chin and upper lip that grow back in less than a day. I think that's what people say. Like the more you uh gotta get the root. Oh, the more you like remove it is the more it's gonna grow back. I don't know, but this one been here. I remember one time my sister just came up to me and just
Right.
pulled it and it came out. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And then I realized like it just keeps coming back. I don't know what it is. I guess in all of us there's a little man or woman. For some people, like it probably is. Ileana, you got a 3 o'clock shadow happening right now, and it's 9:05. Baby, what you got going on there? Not a 3 o'clock shadow at 9 o'clock. Now y'all got me self-conscious about this little hair that just y'all know I'm gonna go pull it because it's just one, man. It's just there. It's crazy. Y'all are fun to chat with though. I don't know how the people that I invited get in on the chats so late, but that's okay. I don't know, Eliana. It'd be 9 o'clock across here with that 3 o'clock shadow. One time, Nico looked really close at my face and was like, "Oh, maybe it's you I get the hair from." But my hairs are fine and they're a lighter color. But Nico didn't get that hair from me. Nico got that from Nico Daddy. I called you right before I went live, dude. What are you talking about? You should have been on. Because I know you be on Facebook.
My
So,
thing watching me. I was looking for Echo.
I don't know.
How did
Yeah,
that
Nico
thing
was telling me
see me?
that, like, when I angle my face a certain way, he could see
That's what I'm saying. And I fused that window.
my, he called it a beard, but it ain't no beard. It's like peach fuzz on my face. Maybe that's like a 3 o'clock shadow, Ileana. Maybe that's what I have. Oh no. I mean, who's the older sister, me or you? You're right. It's you. Never mind. I get it. I'll remind you next time. You're definitely the older one. Yeah, you are. Oh, you got stubble. No, I don't have stubble. I have like real like fine hairs. And it's like if you look at it in the sun, it's like almost like a golden brown type. I don't know. I could feel it actually, but I don't do anything to it. What do you mean whatever? Carmel. Good night, Lori. It's about that time for me. Real talk. It's the space buns for you, Princess Leia. That's what it is.
One upstairs with that damn cat.
From Star Trek. That's what it is. Mm, not the space buns. Yeah, it is. Y'all come on when I'm about to get off. Y'all know us old people need our rest. It's 9 o'clock. Like my body is calling my bed. But I had a good chat today. Spaceballs buns.
Right.
No, it's the princess from Star Trek.
Well, like you went back down.
Y'all following BellahVision? Liz and Kiana. If you're not following BellahVision, you need to go and follow. And then you need to go and check out my website. It's www.bellavision.com. BellahVision with an H. And the bells on your sleeve. I'm so through with you.
Somebody left. I didn't hear.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Princess Leia. Yeah,
What is going
that
on?
that was what I was going for. I did a good job or what? No.
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all need to turn on your follow BellahVision so you could get notifications when I go live. That's what you need to do.
Or he met his friend.
And you need to go check out my website, like I told you earlier today. It's www.bellavision.com. Go on and look around and see. Um, yeah, I've
Those
been
who
on
want
here
to
for about,
donate.
huh?
For those who want to donate.
Oh yeah, there is a donate button too, but you gotta go through that website,
Or you
www.
can check the BellahVision page like I explained to you in the About section.
Oh, that's Nico telling me. There's the BellahVision page you could check out in the About section
On your Facebook page.
on my Facebook page. I feel like I am playing that game I played yesterday.
Well, I'm just saying, like I told you this before.
Yeah, I gotta get it in writing. I'm trying to do a little website launch. That's why, like, I'm trying to push the website. So just bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. I did but mean get not. You're not supposed to get anything, Liz. You're supposed to give. Oh, I'm tired. I think it's about that time. Liz, I'm going to text you or call you. Uh, I'm gonna get off the live. I feel like I answered that one question properly. The notification you need to how do you get the notification? You have to follow, right?
Yes, and like the page.
You have to follow and like the page. You and Kiana have to follow and like the page. Oh, you did. Okay. So what notification Bella you talking about? I gone. I can text you. Thanks for tuning in, my 5 viewers. Hey, we in there. I'm gonna be back. If not tomorrow, I'll let you know though. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
You didn't click the end stream.
I did.
You did